So now that you are in this directory, the first thing that you are going to do is to run your bots so that your bots can start to fetch pairs from all the available exchanges. Now, to run your bot, open this main.json file. It is going to output like this. And this is where you are going to select the exchange in which you want to use as the base exchange, which is going to be the buying exchange. So let me select Uniswap. I'm just going to copy this and paste here. Remember to click on Ctrl S to save. Now come to your terminal. You are going to type Python 3 main.py. Make sure that you are in this directory, which is Arbitrum Dex arbitrage bots. Then click on enter. Now it is fetching pools from all the available exchanges that is going to arbitrage. Remember, as it is fetching pools right now, it is considering the minimum liquidity for that pool in which it is going to fetch. So if the liquidity is not up to the range that you specify in the settings file, it is going to ignore the pool for that exchange. So I'm going to pause this video here and then resume it back after fetching pools. So as it is fetching the pairs, it is going to show you that the number of pairs that is being fetched from Uniswap or SushiSwap, the number of pairs that is being validated from a specific exchange. So this means that Uniswap has these numbers of pairs being fetched, that is pairs that has USDT or WETH as well as Arbitrum. You are going to see a message like this, which indicates that your arbitrage bot started. So you can see, what I said before. ShakiSwap has 0 pool at the moment. So that is it. So you are going to see this liquidity fetcher started. This liquidity fetcher is going to go to Uniswap and keep fetching the liquidities for Uniswap so that you can use that liquidity to calculate the price impact. And you are going to see that arbitrage searcher started. This is the arbitrage searcher that is going to search for arbitrage in all those exchanges 24 hours in 7 days. And you are going to see how amazing this bot is. And here it alerts you that Telegram bot has started. So the fetching of posts is completed already. So if you go back to this directory, which is your dependencies, and then you click on memory, click on this. So you are going to see the last pair fetch blocks. For example, Uniswap V2 post was fetched to this block. This is the last number of blocks that the pairs was fetched. In occasion, there's going to be more pairs added to these exchanges. So it is recommended that you fetch pairs once in a while. You can make it specific. You can be specific, maybe once in a week or once in 3 days or whatsoever. So you have to stop all your instances of bots, and then when you want to fetch pairs, if you want to start from the very first beginning of the block to fetch pairs, you have to come to this memory file and then clear all the data here. Take note of how I clear the data, only the exchanges, and only allow this key, which is last pair fetch blocks, to be here. Do not clear any other thing, else you are going to encounter an error. So after that, click on Ctrl S to save the file. Now you can see there's no exchange that is indicated that pairs was fetched. So when you run your bot, it is going to assume that you have not fetched pair before. So it's going to begin from the beginning to fetch the pools. But let me show you something. So on this your dependencies file, if you click on Dex all pools, you are going to see a list of all the pools that was fetched from those exchanges. For example, you are going to see Uniswap V3, you are going to see SushiSwap, CyberSwap, and so on. If you click on, for example, Uniswap V3, you are going to see there are a lot of pools being fetched. If I click on Shift Alternative F, I am going to format this to human readable, and you can see how it is. So this JSON has a list of all the pools available in Uniswap V3. This is WETH USDC, and this pool is also available in SushiSwap, CyberSwap, Camelot, as well as arbitrage. So this is the way it is going to have the pools being fetched. So after that, you will also see that there are ApeSwap pools as well as Fi and Abidex. Some of those exchanges might not have any valid pool, which is any pool with liquidity. Example is like this Shaki Swap. Shaki Swap has no liquidity. Shaki Swap has no pool with liquidity up to $5,000. That is why there is no pool in the list. So in that case, you are not going to run the instance for this Shaki Swap because it is going to throw an error. Moreover, there is no pool to arbitrage. Now, if you navigate to the Telegram bot that you created and then click on Start, you are going to see a message like this. Congratulations for setting up your bot. So what can you do with your Telegram bot? You can use your Telegram bot to manage everything. So you can manage your bot operations, view your balance, and so on. So in my case, you can see, hi Tom, this is your Arbitrum Dex arbitrage bots. And what you can do with this bot is stated here. These are the supported exchanges. And if you click on my Telegram ID, it is going to output your Telegram ID. If you click on balance, it is going to show you how to send a command for a specific balance that you want to view on your MetaMask wallet. If you click on support, it is going to direct you to support. If you click on download, it is going to ask you, what do you want to download? Is it the trade logs or the event log? The logs is also available here. If you go, remember, trade logs as well as event log, you will also find it here. And you can also download it on your Telegram. And the good thing is that whenever your bot execute arbitrage, it is going to send it to your Telegram directly so you can see the executed arbitrage. And this kill button is if you want to stop the bot operation on your server. For example, if I click on it, it is going to tell me, do you really want to kill your bot? And say killing will interrupt your bot on the server until you log in and restart your bot again. So if at any given point there's something wrong and you want to kill your bot, you can just click on yes, kill bot, and it is going to kill your bot. Now you might wonder, what if someone knows this my Telegram bot and goes in and kill my bot? That is why you will need to input the ID of the Telegram user that you want it to access this. For example, if the ID of that user clicking on those buttons is not inputted on your bot settings file, the user is not going to be able to trigger this button, like the button like balance as well as kill bot operation. But the user can be able to download your trade history. Now, after this, you don't only want to run your bot on Uniswap. We want to run our bot in all the exchanges, so it can buy in this exchange, sell in this exchange, buy in this one, and sell in this one. So to do that, we will need to run all instances. But the problem now is that if I close this my Visual Studio Code right now, this bot operation might run for like 1 hour or 30 minutes and then stop, and all my bot is going to stop working, no operation anymore. That's where I will introduce you to a very good friend called PM2 that you can use to run your bot 24 hours without interruption, even though you close your Visual Studio Code. PM2 is a production process manager for Node.js. It is a way in which you can use to run your program in daemon. What I mean is that you use PM2 to run your program in the background in a daemon. So that's exactly how we want to run our bot. So we are going to use PM2 to run our bot in Linux daemon. Let's do that now. I forgot to set it. To close your previous run process, just click on Ctrl Z, and it's going to close so that you will be able to run this process now. Now to run your bot, open this main.json file. It is going to output like this. And this is where you are going to select the exchange in which you want to use as the base exchange, which is going to be the buying exchange. So let me select Uniswap. I'm just going to copy this and paste here. Remember to click on Ctrl S to save. Now come to your terminal. Now come to your terminal and type PM2 start, then main.py name equals to, then you put Uniswap v3. Since we are running it for Uniswap v3, we want to name this our PM2 process as Uniswap v3 because we are going to be running Uniswap v3 here. So I'm going to space an interpreter equals to Python 3. So now I am telling my PM2 to run this my Arbitrum bot using Python 3 as the interpreter, and it is going to run main.py just the same way we run our main.py. So after that, I am going to click on enter. Now you are going to see a message like this indicating that Uniswap is successfully running. Now if you navigate to Telegram, you are going to see a message like this indicating that Uniswap v3 is the selected base exchange. Now let's clear our terminal. This section is very important. So now copy SushiSwap and paste it here. Then save it because now we want to run SushiSwap as the base exchange. So on your terminal, after selecting SushiSwap from here and save, remember the first one we selected Uniswap. Now on your terminal, run the command again, PM2. Now we are going to change the name to SushiSwap because we are running it for SushiSwap. Change the name to SushiSwap and then click on enter. Now you can see we have two processes running right now. If I navigate to my Telegram, you can see that it alerts me that SushiSwap is the selected exchange. And you can see it already find arbitrage immediately. And this is amazing. It couldn't execute the arbitrage because I have not funded my wallet. Yes, I've not funded my MetaMask wallet. So now we have two processes here. To view the log of SushiSwap or the log of Uniswap v3, type PM2 logs and the name of the process in which we want to view the log. In our case, Uniswap. So I'm going to type Uniswap v3. So click on enter. Now you can see the process. Now you don't really need to come to the log because the log is going to be error message throughout, but you don't have to worry about the error here. I am going to show you where you can monitor for errors. So I am going to click on Ctrl C to exit from here and clear the terminal by typing clear and then click on enter. Now I am going to run the same command again. But remember, before you run this command, you will need to change the base exchange. So now I'm going to do this to CyberSwap. So I'm going to change it to CyberSwap and then run this command. Change the name of the process to CyberSwap. Put the name and then click on enter. Now you can see we are now running SushiSwap, Uniswap, as well as CyberSwap. Then on here you can see it's telling me SushiSwap is the selected base exchange because I did not save the file while I changed to SushiSwap. So take note of these points. So I'm going to save the file right now, and then what I am going to do is to type PM2 stop and the name of the process I want to stop. So I'm going to copy this and paste. Now you can see it stopped the process. So I want to restart the process. So I am going to type PM2 starts, then the name of the process. Now it is now started. Now if you check the Telegram, you are going to see CyberSwap is the selected base DEX. So always remember to save your JSON file before you proceed to running your process. Remember that ShakiSwap does not have any pool, so we are not going to run it for ShakiSwap until when they have pools. So I'm going to run it for Camelot and leave the rest of the exchanges for you to run. So I'm going to copy Camelot and paste it here. Remember to Ctrl S to save it. When you save, you are not going to see this dot here anymore. So now after that, I'm going to clear the terminal. I am going to run the command again. So you can just click on your arrow up key to get the previous command that you run. So I am going to navigate to the name of the process and change it to Camelot because we are running it for Camelot Exchange right now. So I can just copy Camelot's Exchange and then paste it here. Then click on enter. Now you can see we have Camelot, SushiSwap, Uniswap, CyberSwap running right now. And if I go to my Telegram, it is going to alert me that Camelot is the selected base DEX. Now we have all the exchanges. We are going to run for all these exchanges except for ShakiSwap since it doesn't have any pool. So after running it this way, you are going to experience some errors on your Telegram. To download the full error log, you will need to click on start of your Telegram. You might not see this button if you don't add it. So in that case, just type /start, click on it and then click on download, then event log. Then it is going to download all the events. You can also download your trade log from here. So if you open the events log, you are going to see all the error logs here. Some are warning, some are error. So some of the errors you are going to encounter is, for example, this one you are seeing here. This is going to happen when you run your bot for the first time because it has not fetched liquidity, and that is normal. It is only going to happen when you run it for the first time. And this is going to be the error that you are going to experience most of the time. This expected value. And this is normal, just leave it. This error means that during a time a file was trying to read a JSON, then another file was also trying to write to the JSON. Now, what if you want to fetch pools starting from the first Genesis block? For example, you have fetched pools before, but maybe once in a week you want to start again from the very first Genesis block to fetch pools. In case of the pools that liquidity was not available, maybe the liquidity is now available. Now click on this memory JSON file. Let me maximize it. And then I'm going to click on Control Alternative F to format it. Now take a look at this. Clear this area from this app swap to Uniswap. Do not clear anything else. So what you are doing right now is that you are telling your bot to start from the first Genesis block to fetch pools again. And anytime you run your bot again, it is going to start to fetch the pools. Remember, you are going to run following the process that we did for each of the exchanges. Now, to restart your bot, Type PM2 restart and the name of the process that you are going to restart. Then click on enter. Remember, if you are restarting Uniswap has to be in the main JSON file. Now, to stop all your bot process, you can type PM2 stop all and then click on enter, and it is going to stop all your bots. If you want to restart your bots, make sure you restart one by one so that you can set the exchange you want to start it on the JSON file. To delete your bot, you can type PM2 delete and then the name of the exchange in which you want to delete the bot from. Or you can also type PM2 delete all to delete all your bot process. And you can see I've deleted all the bot process. So while you are running it right now, you are going to start from a fresh and then set up your bot from the very first exchange, which is Uniswap V3. Okay, to list all process, type PM2 list, and it is going to list all the running process. Currently now, I don't have any running process because I have deleted all. So that's how you list your running process. Now, I am going to paste a link to download these bots in the description. Click on the Discord link to join that Discord channel and then message me. Then I am going to show you the process in which you can get these arbitrage bots. There's also going to be a link on WhatsApp. You can send me a WhatsApp message. And if this type of content makes sense to you and you love this type of content, please give me a thumbs up and then subscribe to this channel. Click on the link to join Discord and see you in the Discord channel.